Next on KCAU-9, it's being called the biggest change to college athletics in 50 years. Why millions are on the line.
Plus, a local health provider cuts a ribbon unwrapping new options for Siouxlanders.
And why local law enforcement is preparing for more guns on the street. KCAU-9 News at 10 starts now.
We are Siouxland proud. This is KCAU-9 News at 10.
And thanks for joining us on a Wednesday evening. I'm Tim Seaman.
And I'm Sophie Erber. Earlier this year, Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds signed a bill ending the need for a permit to buy a handgun or carry a concealed weapon in the state.
Now, that law is set to go into effect tomorrow. KCAU-9 reporter Jason Toktajian explains how that law could impact the gun business and how law enforcement is preparing for the change. The details in our top story tonight at 10.
House Bill 756 passed earlier this year and goes into effect July 1st. Although this law makes it easier to buy a handgun, there will be stiffer penalties for those who break the law.
Chase Sajeka is the owner of American Brothers in Arms. He says the new gun law is a step forward.
It's giving us back a constitutional right without having to pay for a permit. So in the state of Iowa now, you have to have a permit to even buy a handgun. We've never felt that was right. You should be able to come in, do a background check, and leave that day with that gun.
And Sajeka says the new law will lead to more background checks.
When you come in and purchase a handgun with a permit, we don't run a background check. The permit is your background check in the state of Iowa. Now we will be running background checks on people every time they buy a gun.
Tim Grover is the owner of RevTech. He says he's concerned people won't take gun training courses anymore because permits are no longer required.
The responsibility doesn't go away in the gun community to have a full understanding of the laws and how to actually utilize a firearm, especially in the defense of your life or somebody else.
And the Sioux City Police Department is learning how to enforce the new law.
The biggest thing that happens when any law changes is we get guidance from our legal department as far as what the new law states and how we enforce that law. And so once the new law takes effect, we receive our guidance and know when it's legal and when it's not legal to carry firearms.
Making sure everyone is safe in Siouxland.
If for some reason your life is in danger, whether it's domestic abuse or something like that, you have the ability to defend yourself legally instantly.
But with the new law comes stiffer penalties. Sajeka told me that if you sell a gun to someone that can't own a gun, that is now a felony charge when it used to be a misdemeanor. Jason Toktajian, KCAU-9 News.
Tomorrow, medical marijuana is set to become legal in the state of South Dakota. Now, just before the law takes effect, South Dakota's Highway Patrol released its plan on how exactly to enforce the new law. And Governor Kristi Noem is suggesting other agencies follow its lead. Even with the last-minute guidance now, the way it is enforced could vary depending on where you live.
The way that law is worded is if somebody doesn't have a medical marijuana card or doesn't have it with them, but is able to get it at some later time, then that would be an affirmative defense. So basically that crime would not be prosecuted. And so the guidance is if somebody is using medical marijuana or it claims to be medical marijuana, then most likely there would not be any enforcement on that.
The state released a preliminary list of conditions that will qualify for medical marijuana, but the state health department is expected to add conditions as people apply for those medical marijuana cards. For the current list of conditions, you could check out our website right now. That's, of course, SiouxlandProud.com, the address on your screen, or the KCAU-9 mobile news app. And the first medical marijuana dispensary is set to open up tomorrow. The Native Nations Cannabis Dispensary is on the Flandreau-Santee Sioux Reservation. The first sales of cannabis products will be to individuals who meet the requirements of the tribe's medical cannabis ordinance.
A major decision from the Iowa Supreme Court today. Justices ruling that the state can bar Planned Parenthood from getting state grants for sex education programs. In 2019, the Iowa legislature passed a law barring any abortion provider from receiving the funds to offer those classes. Planned Parenthood claimed in court that the law was unconstitutional because it targeted them specifically. But the Supreme Court has now ruled 6-1 that law indeed holds up. In a statement, Governor Kim Reynolds saying that the ruling was, quote, a strong statement in support of the idea that taxpayer dollars should not fund abortion. The court decision specifically notes that it is not a ruling on abortion funding.
The High Court also reversed a lower court judgment that found former Iowa Governor Terry Branstad discriminated against a former state worker because he's gay. The court found no evidence that Branstad had knowledge that Chris Godfrey was gay when his administration tried to push him out of state government. That was back in 2011. It states Godfrey was a political appointee, not an employee, as required under the Iowa Civil Rights Act. He thus lacks a cause of action for employment discrimination and retaliation. Now in 2019, a jury agreed and then awarded Godfrey $1.5 million in his sexual orientation discrimination lawsuit. That was filed against the state of Iowa and Branstad.
One of 3 gunmen involved in a New Year's shooting here in Sioux City was sentenced in Woodbury County Court today. It all was part of a plea agreement. Christopher Morales was sentenced to 50 years in prison for second-degree murder and 15 years for 3 counts of reckless use of a firearm. Morales will serve 38 years before he will be eligible for parole. 3 others are still awaiting a court appearance. They include 18-year-old Anthony Bauer, who's pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, Christopher Morales, an 18-year-old brother of Carlos, who's currently charged with first-degree murder. A motion to move his case to juvenile court was recently denied. He's currently scheduled to stand trial in August. Police say that 20-year-old Liliana Gutierrez drove the other 3 suspects to a party and acted as a getaway driver the night of that shooting. She's also scheduled to stand trial in August.
Meanwhile, Siouxland community health leaders are expanding once again, this time in South Sioux City. Tonight was the official ribbon cutting for that new facility at 3410 Futures Drive. Both the Sioux City and South Sioux City chambers were in attendance, thus the green and red coats and the ribbons. Mari Captain Dahlin is the CEO of Siouxland Community Health, and she talked about the significance of having the clinic readily available to those South Sioux City residents.
I think all of us realized with the pandemic how absolutely important it is to have health care locally and to have it close to home. They were the people.
Captain Dahlin also expressed her gratitude to Larry Book and Howard Wright for allowing that clinic to take over the former Handy Corporation building.
A Siouxland family is about to enjoy their brand new home, all thanks to support from their local community. Members of Siouxland's Habitat for Humanity Society gathering today to celebrate a newly finished home in Hull, Iowa. Food provided there by the Sioux County pork producers, a bouncy house for kids to play in, a festive atmosphere for sure. The new homeowner telling us that he and his family have been waiting a long time to get a home that they could call their own.
It's like motivation, you know. God has his plan, and this was one of them. And, you know, it's an answer to our prayers.
Not only did the community come together to help build that home, but local organizations also wrote blessings on the studs on the interior of the property, sending their best wishes to Gonzalez Jr. and the rest of his family. What a great gesture there.
Yeah, pretty awesome. I do love Habitat, especially because the family also gets to help build their home. Really special.
The Grand Marshals have been announced for the return of the Mardi Gras celebration, the parade here in Sioux City.
That's right. Tyler Brock and Kevin Green of Siouxland District Health Center were chosen to lead that parade. It's tomorrow. That's to show their appreciation to the health department for its role during the pandemic. For more on the Mardi Gras parade, you can check out our website again, that's SiouxlandProud.com, or our free mobile news app.
I would say they are very deserving of that honor.
They definitely are, and more great weather. What more could we ask for a parade?
Yeah, we should have beautiful weather for the next several days. Of course, a lot of big events coming up. We have Saturday in the Park and the 4th of July, and by and large, it looks like the weather is going to cooperate, so we can get excited about that as we look out from the Ho-Chunk Center now in downtown Sioux City. The carnival going on in the parking lot there by the Tyson Events Center, lit up, as you can see. Checking out what's going on in Sioux City at this time. We had a warm afternoon. The high temperature was able to rise to 86. Right now it's 75. We have a calm southwest wind with relative humidity at 66% and the dew point measured at 63. Looking at temperatures here, you can see that those are in the 70s for most, 69 degrees in Mason Kansas City, 80 degrees up north in Minneapolis, 76 for Sioux Falls, and right now it is 77 in Concordia, 73 degrees toward Kirksville. Zooming in closer towards Siouxland now, you can see the temperatures are a mix of 60s and 70s. It is 69 degrees in Cherokee, 68 in Sheldon. We're checking in with a temperature of 70 in Wayne, and right now it has slipped into the upper 60s in Norfolk and Albion. So a fairly comfortable night out there, not too hot. We're seeing calm wind speeds across the area at this moment, currently from the east at 6 miles per hour in Orange City and from the east-southeast at 3 miles per hour in Yankton. These last few nights we have had an occurrence of some patchy fog, and that is a possibility once again since we will have temperatures slip down near the dew point and hardly any wind to speak of whatsoever. Looking at the radar picture now, we did have some clouds creep across Siouxland from west to east through the afternoon hours today, but you can see that those have cleared out, and we should have a mostly clear night throughout the region, again with the exception of a pocket or two of fog. As we zoom out and take a look at our radar picture now, you can see that we have some storms that are continuing to streak across Missouri into Illinois and Indiana, some spots that have received copious amounts of rain over the past few days. Not the same story in Siouxland, however. Things remain dry and look to stay that way for quite a while. As we review the month of June, you can see that typically we receive close to 4 1/4 inches of rain. In June 2021, though, only 1.31 inches of precipitation, so that qualifies as the 6th driest June on record. It's also the driest June that we've had since the summer of 1980, so 41 years ago. So we're talking about some historic levels of drought. For the year overall, we do have a deficit of over 3 inches at this time, and not a whole lot of bright spots in our future as far as precipitation goes. Near the middle of next week, we do have some chances for seeing showers and storms, but nothing particularly widespread or meaningful with precipitation out there. So things are likely to get a little drier before they get better. Tonight we'll have a low temperature of 61 with a mostly clear sky. Tomorrow headed for a high of 88. A sunny start to the month of July with an east wind anticipated to blow between about 5 and 15 miles per hour. Sunrise tomorrow scheduled at 5:52 in the morning. Maybe you're curious about the forecast for Saturday in the park. Looks like it's going to be in good shape. Friday and Saturday very similar to each other, as we should have sunny skies and temperatures in the 80s and slipping into the 70s for the main events each night. AJR is the headliner on Friday, and as they take the stage, it looks like temperatures will be in the low 70s. And John Fogerty on Saturday night probably be in the mid-70s as he goes to the stage in Grandview Park. So some pretty good weather. Just make sure that you are staying hydrated this weekend. It will be fairly hot. As you can see, the temperatures will be near 90 degrees on Friday and Saturday. For the 4th of July, getting past the 90-degree mark and staying there on Monday as we start to build in some more clouds. Again, Tuesday and Wednesday next week, we have a chance of seeing some scattered showers and storms in the region. It looks like temperatures after that will be in the 90s on Thursday and Friday with the skies clearing back out. Well, here's a great picture that comes to us out of Lakeside, Iowa. This is courtesy of Denise. A nice looking sunset over Storm Lake. If you have a picture that you want everybody to see, make sure to go to our website, SiouxlandProud.com, find the weather tab, send us your pictures.
Thanks, Scott. KCAU-9, again, a proud sponsor of Saturday in the Park, as you were just mentioning, just ahead. And because of construction, you might find a few changes when you return to the park. You can see them behind us.
That's right. If you, of course, remember and have been in the past, there were those colorful water towers. Those are no longer there. That's that construction zone that you could see there on your screen, like where the Abe stage is. That's also different now on the north side of the park, not the south side. Beer vending stations located all throughout the park this time. You can see the beer steins. You'll also find where construction zones are. Check it out a little closer at SiouxlandProud if you'd like.com.